I invested in Fanbase. Why not use it? So that's what I became using. I've been using Fanbase every day since then, for whatever reason. And I went out to find my niche. I need to find an audio room that matches what my goal is, what my mind thinking is. I'm about money. If it ain't about money at this stage of my life, I mean, what am I really doing? So I'm about money. And I found an investing room. And that's what I've been doing since then. Since November, I've been in the investing room and I'm going to continue to be there. So that's the second thing. Found my niche. Now, what led me to go to Fanbase is just like you. I saw the advertisement. I can invest in this app that's actually giving me an opportunity to invest on a ground level before they go public. Because Facebook never offered us that. They just all of a sudden went public, and the ones who got in on the ground level, you had to be in the know. You had to be in the wouldn't know, and we're not in the know. This app gave me an opportunity to be in the know, invest on the ground level, and build up from it. And that's what led me to invest in it. Isaac Hayes, Roland Martin, and then the opportunity based off of the presentation. So that's what led me to go into the app and invest. And of course, I did my due diligence because before I do put my money in something, I'm going to do my due diligence. I'm gonna read. That's one of the things that some people don't do. They don't read the SEC report, because anytime you start doing something like that, you're required to have an SEC report, and that you can find that on the Start Engine, right on that thing. It tells you all that stuff, the forms and all that stuff. It tells you that as an investor right now, based off the class shares that you get, you have no voting rights, not on the ground level. Once you become public, then you have voting rights. Once they get enlisted to a publicly traded company on the NASDAQ, as an investor, you have voting rights. You're not going to have voting rights on a startup, just like this. And that's, in most of them, you read it, you're not, because they're trying to raise money. So you don't have any say so. Now, one thing that's unique about this app, you can put in suggestions, and they're pretty good with taking those suggestions. Because again, he goes on his basis that, hey, you have an opportunity to own a piece of a company. So part of that ownership is your input is, your say so is the input. You say, hey, this is the things I recommend to improve this, and that. Guess what? They're, unless it's really absurd with what you're asking, they're pretty good with looking into that and then implementing it. So and essentially you do have a say so in it, but you just don't have no voting rights. Like you can't vote to get Isaac Hayes from the board or whatever the case. You know what I mean? So you don't have that. Once you become publicly traded company, now you have voting rights, and depends on how much you invest in it. Like say a 5% stake determines the amount of votes that you're going to have and the leverage you have. So, and that's what people needs to understand. And I don't think people understand that. And that's why I'm really passionate about wanting to have like a camp and to explain, encourage investing, and then tell the details, the facts of it, so they have a clearer understanding of that and the mission moving forward. So, yeah, so that's what led me to where I'm at right now. I land.
Hey, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I don't know if I'm saying your name right. Is it Shide or Sheed? Just to make sure I got the name right. Are you able to come off the mic? Can y'all hear me? Because
Yeah,
I'll
I
be
can
doing
hear.
the most. I don't know if she can come off and let me know if I'm saying his name right, but Bug Log, I appreciate that. And I hope y'all looking at the chat because I think this is a good conversation that we need to rinse and repeat. So we are live. I'm actually streaming on YouTube so that we can play this back. We can get this at its best. When we talk about content, this is content. When we in these little spaces in these rooms, what good is the information that we're giving if we're not putting it out there to the masses? So shout out to you. And Jeet, if you're available to come off, we're going to be on YouTube. We're going to be on, no, I didn't do it on Instagram this time, but um, I believe it's LinkedIn because I love me some LinkedIn. So I have to have my LinkedIn users listen to see what we're doing to impact where we are in life, what we're doing. Investing to me is very important. I wasn't taught about investing when I was younger. And so I feel like we do ourselves a disservice when we don't get out here and invest in something. So I feel that tech is so like underrated when it comes to ownership and us, who we are. We just don't invest in tech enough. They always talk about owning the infrastructure, having a piece of the rock, so to speak, but tech is that piece of the rock. Tech is where we are right now. So if we're not investing in something tech, then what are we doing? What is all this talking in these little spaces? We got to think outside the box when it comes to what investment look like. I understand people think they need to get a return on their investment. Well, you really don't know about stock and investment if you think you're looking for a return. So you're just putting this money out here just for a return. Okay. Well, this is where I love opening this room, this camp investors of fan base. It is also hosted with Isaac, the CEO, and Rama, the CTO of Fanbase. So you out there, listeners, come to Investors of Fanbase. It is co-hosted Buglog and myself. Tarif is also here as an investor. So is Sheed, if I'm saying his name right. But I actually found out about investment and all of that through Roland Martin. No, actually, let me take that back. It was Earn Your Leisure. After I was disappointed about what's going on Meta and how you can be on a app for over 20 years and not make a dime. That's one thing, but I can actually make money the first time I come over here, right? And then I can invest too. And I'm thinking it's not rocket science. What's really going on with people's thought process? It's like it's not even rocket science. I've been with these other apps for this long and I'm not making any money. What? I come here and make money the same day. So all I'm saying is why not just be intentional behind the app that you use? It just makes sense to invest in it. And it just adds an extra layer that I'm also a fan ambassador. Yeah, whatever that looks like right now, but it's growing. So all that to say is I found out about Earn Your Leisure. I came on here. Within 3 months, I saw the vision and I became an investor. Once I became an investor, I realized how important it is to get fan base on the map because I didn't see many people, even the ones that invested, like the entertainers. I'm shouting y'all out, but we don't hear too much from you guys. So it is important that maybe you'll come to Fanbase, come to this Investors of Fanbase camp. We can talk about investment, what that looks like, and just share our experiences, whether they're good or bad. But we know our intentions is still here. So that should be the most important. Long as you stay on track with your intention of investing in something with tech, I think this is a good start. So that's why I found out, and I've been here ever since. I've been here 2.5 years, and I want to see my investment grow. And she, if you could come off, or Tarif, if you could share why you invested in Fanbase, and we can
Yeah.
wrap this up.
All right. So for me, it was mostly why I did it. I figure, you know, number one, his dad did the couple of things, right? His dad did the for the music, all that stuff. But outside of that, he was he did the thing on South Park. He did he was the voice guy for the chef. You know, um, that's number one. For the background, I guess that history, and then now, he's doing this. He's doing fan base. Well, I figured, well, shoot, man, I ain't putting since I've been putting money in banks, I never gotten anything back. I put more money in banks than you can shake a stick at, right? We all have. I said, well, shoot, I'm not getting anything from that. Why not? If I can put tens of thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars in these banks, why not just throughout my working career, why not just take some money and put it in this one right here? So it made sense to me, right? I'm already doing stuff with money. It's very little. I mean, as a matter of fact, since I've been on Fanbase, right? And I invested. I did 2 rounds of Fanbase. I said, well, shoot, I did the 3.99 deal, right? And I know it's growing because the first one I did was 2.99, right? The shares was a little bit less, so now they increase, right? So I figured, well, shoot, I'm gonna get into some other stuff. It was because of Fanbase going to some of these investment rooms got me looking into other companies, right? So companies like Broadway Financial, right? I got to researching more publicly black-owned traded companies, right? It was a bunch of them. It was maybe 12, 13 of them. Now that number has kind of had a slam down some, right? So I figured, shoot, I'm just gonna go ahead and do more of this, right? And that's what I did, right? So my reason was mainly because of I wanted to give it a shot. What do I have to lose? Besides, I use others people's money anyway to do it anyway. So it really didn't cost me a whole lot. Maybe $100 of my own money. The rest came from somebody else. And then the second round, I just went and just did it. Did full 3.99. So I figured, well, shoot, man, I'm gonna give it a shot and let's see what happened. Right. Just like everything else, it's a wait and see. This is not you know, invest today, get paid tomorrow, next week, next month, next year type deal. I think if somebody's looking for, if you're looking for quick, fast money, go get a job. That's what mentor told me. If you're looking for quick, fast money, go get a job. If you want to build a legacy, you know, sign a company to partner with, get behind them, and wait for this thing to end out, and then and go from there and take it to the next level after that. That's all I got to say about that. I'm resting my mic.
What's up? That's what up. Ooh, you shorten that. Hey, Sack Black. We just about wrapping it up for our Why We Invested live stream. We are on LinkedIn. We are on YouTube. And I think we're on Facebook. I'm trying to make sure, but I'll be adding it and then don't pay attention. But if you want to come up and give like your feedback on why you invested, if you are an investor, I'm pretty sure that you are. You may be too busy. If so, we can go ahead and wrap this up. I will be opening this room again. I'm gonna try to be consistent to try to open it up. Probably every weekend, maybe Saturday. This looks like a good time for me to just open it up. I appreciate Sheed for stopping through and giving us some input on his his vision and why he invested as a top tier investor, by the way, but you didn't let me say that. But yeah. And I hope he can come back. We can have more conversations around investing and what that looks like because I think it's just something that we don't talk about enough. Nobody really wants to talk about why they actually invested, but we'll be playing this back for those who missed it. So make sure you still tune in, come back to Investors of Fanbase because I will be playing this back for those that didn't get that feedback from us on why we invested. And I'm gonna go ahead and rest my mic. So Sag Black hosting karaoke barbecue. Y'all gotta see that. You gotta see it. You gotta be there every Friday. Every Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. It was beautiful last night, by the way. And I'm gonna rest my mic so we can let Sag Black take the mic.
Thank you, Queen Joyce, for having me on the stage and all the fan base superstars in the room. And I'll be brief. Probably the mindset that everybody has is the fact that if there's a place or anything that you utilize, a product, service, whatever, and you find yourself utilizing that over and over again, especially when it comes to fan base, and you spend a lot of time on this platform, if there's a way for you to invest in it, why would you not? It would get to the point of, look, hey man, you're here all the time, every day. Do you want a job, or do you want to invest in the, you spend, I mean, you're buying all this coffee, you get you're getting all this gas at, every day you get gas from us, every day you're buying this particular type of product, you're putting this type of clothes on yourself every day, you're walking down the street looking like a Nike billboard from the head to your toes, your drawers, everything. Do you want to invest in Nike? That's what it makes. That's the sense that it makes. If you're spending a lot of time in a particular place and there's a way for you to invest in it, why would you not? You are the reason that this platform exists. Your content is the reason that the platform exists. So if you're here all the time, giving up content absolutely free to Fanbase, and you can invest, go look yourself in the mirror and go, what am I doing? And why am I doing this? And if Fanbase actually takes off, if it's traded on the stock market, if it's acquired or something that, and you spend all that time giving Fanbase content without getting any return on your time, you really need to go speak to somebody, because that might be something in you that wants you to give your life away for free. And that's not something that I want to be involved in. I'll go ahead and close my mic on
Hey, Sat, I'm glad you said that because even before you came on, we were just talking about that. And, I'm a firm believer in, and obviously you probably saw me around here and there before, but I am an investor. And I said, if I use something, just like you said, one of the rules of thumbs of investing, if someone ever want to get started with investing, go to the investing companies that you use often. If you shop at Walmart all the time, apparently it's something about Walmart that you like. Why not reap the benefits? Buy the stock. So that's the thing. Mindset with Fanbase, like you said, if you're using Fanbase all the time, creating these drama rooms for free, getting some hearts here and there. Why not take an investment opportunity? It's only going to cost you $3.99, and you're gonna have some people say only everybody don't have it, and they may be right. But I also know that those same people that say they don't have nothing, they will find a way to pay for things that's harmful to their body. And over the period of time, you done gave that company so much money that you could have took a portion of that and invested in Fanbase. So if you don't have money, but you're able to find $10 a week to get a pack of cigarettes, times that in a year, how much did you pay in a year to get those cigarettes? So you can save some money in investing in stuff. So I don't look at not having the money, and to an extent, every circumstance is different, but for the most part, as a reason not to invest in something that you find time every day to do. And like I look at some of these people in the app, and you're right. Do they actually work on Fanbase? Because they there every day, like any type of hour, you see them. So invest. Why not? And like I said, if it takes off, which it will, I'm not going to say if. I'm going to say when it takes off, because I'm an investor and I'm going to do what I need to do to make it successful. When it takes off, you can reap the benefits. We had a guy on his app yesterday, which I see every day in my in the trading room with Easy. We do the trading stocks and everything. He invested in something on Start Engine, and Tarif did too. Inflation, Boxable. He invested in 2021. Inflation invested in 2022. This is 2025. They about to go public. That's instantly 10 to 11 times their money right there off the rip, because they got acquired by a SPAC company that's taking them public. And that SPAC stock right now is trading over $10 a share. They got the stock for 71 cents a piece. You more than 10 times your money just from that alone. So to tell me that it can't work. I've seen it a lot. I see it my own eyes. So this can work. You get what I'm saying? So I had that same mindset. That's why I'm glad you brought that up. I rest my mic.
100%, 100%. We all aligned, and you know, we're in it for we investors. We invest and we plant the seed and we watch it grow. But on the other side of it, y'all see me. I'm on every platform trying to bring people over to the platform. You know why? Because I planted a seed in it. So anybody that got a room, open us. You are working for us. If you invested, if you got a room, you go on every day, and we got please seed set planted in the ground. Well, I will shout your room out if you got one person, two people, 100 people, bro. Even if you promote your room, because I got seed in the ground and I want you to win. People don't get it. And talking about freaking booty or what are you talking about the Bible? I want you to win because I want this app to.
That part, that part. And Sheet, I don't know, you came off the mic. I didn't know if you were able to close us off. I appreciate you, Sack Black, Bug Log, Tariq, for giving your input on why we invested. Did you have any closing words, Sheet? Okay, that tells me that he's not here or he's not available. So you guys,
For
I
me,
appreciate you. What was that, Tariq? You say something?
my, my bad, my bad.
You said my bad. We live, y'all. It's all good. It's gonna be raw and uncut. I don't edit nothing. It's more fun when you get the raw and uncut. You want some proper professional live without a little bit of ad lib to it. So I'm all good with the little ad libs. It's all good. But I'm gonna go ahead and close down now, y'all, and we can continue our conversation. But just go ahead and invest in startengine.com/fanbase. You won't be sorry.